Heidi ho, my crafty friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well. So today we are going to take this lovely junk mail envelope and we are going to create something wonderful. So what are you going to need? Well, you're going to need your craft knife, or you can use scissors if you're better with scissors. You're going to need some glue, either a glue stick, or glitter glue, whatever kind of glue you prefer. Now your envelope doesn't have to have a window. It can be plain on the front if you want. I've made them both ways. And you're going to need paper. Paper. It can be book pages. It can be this type of paper. It can be any kind of paper you want. This is a great scrap buster. Great scrap buster. And you can also mass make these rather quickly. I've made these just with old book pages. I've made these with decorative cardstock pages covering them. I've made them every which way. And honestly, my favorite way is just old pages like book pages, and the other little pages that I showed you. Now, you will need something to glue on. So grab something to glue on, because you don't want your workspace to get schmuckied. Now, oh, and I need to tell you something funny. I was reviewing a video that had been up, and all the little AI things are up, and you can use, as a creator, we can have AI summarize our videos for you guys. Well, I don't normally do that. You get what you get, and if you want AI to summarize my videos, you can just tap on summary and it'll summarize it for you. So at the end of it, it has defined words. Well, it had schmucky. Creator uses schmucky as a word to define grungy and dirty looking. And I thought that was so funny. So if ever I use a word that you don't understand, AI will define it for you very easily. I thought that was quite funny. So for your envelope, this is the easiest way that I have found to do it. Open one side and open the top. That's about the easiest way I can tell you. You're going to glue this side back down most of the way, but for right now, open it. And I just used my paper cutter and cut off just a smidgen all the way up. And I did the same thing for the top. That's about the easiest way I know to tell you to do it. Now, I'm going to use my mat for measuring here at the top. And you're going to take the top, and gosh, I haven't made these for so long. And you're going to take the top and you're going to fold it over. And let's see, how far down is this? Let me look at the edge of my mat here. I am folding, hold on, I got paper all over it. I am folding this down. I am going to fold this down roughly I am going to say, let's see. Hold on, let me get it even here. 1 inch. I'm going to say about 2 inches. I'm folding it so plus a smidgen more, okay? I'm folding mine. This is how far down I'm folding it. See the top of my window? The top of my fold just meets. It's just above the top of my window. Okay? That's where my fold is. See it? Okay. And then you open it up like that. Okay? Now you want to make sure that this is down really well. This top fold. You want to make sure it's down really well. Okay? Now with your craft knife, that's why I opened this up all the way across. With your craft knife, and that's why I opened this up all the way down, because we can glue it closed, but I'm going to put something in here, and it's just easier for me to stick my big hand in there when it's open. If it's open rather than when it's all the way down. Take your craft knife, lay it flat down on your mat like this, and run your craft knife down the seam that you just created. Do it slowly. Do it slowly. Okay, do it slow. And you want to go past your fold. Okay, now I'm coming up to my fold. Here's my fold right here. Now I want to come past it. Oops, I need to get my envelope open a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on, you. There. Okay. So I went past my fold. Okay. And that's so I can get my hand down in there. And see how I nicked it? That's okay. I'm going to cover it up anyhow in just a minute. So it's not that big a deal. So now this piece, I'm going to cut off. I'm just going to take, and I'm going to cut, but I'm going to leave, I'm going to fold this piece back. But I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch across the top. So I'm going to line it up on my board. And one of my lines here is about a 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go like this and go line to line. Oops, didn't push very hard, I guess. Like that. Come on, you're a brand new blade. Straighten up and fly right. Okay, so now I have that piece. Wasn't very straight either. And I'm going to fold it back. Okay, and I'm going to glue it down. And to glue it down, I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. Like this. And I'm just gluing this down. Just like that. Okay? That's all that I did there. I've just cut off everything on the other side of this, except about a 1/2 inch, and then I folded it back. Now up here, I can see I've got a few places that I need to add a little bit of glue to. That, you know, they used to be the flippy flap of the envelope, so I just added some glue to them. Okay, no big deal. Okay, I don't need this, but I'm probably going to keep it for right now. I might use it. Now in here, if I'm going to add anything, now's the time I'm going to add it. But I really don't know what journal this is going to go in, so I don't know that I'm going to add anything. But I do know it's time for my glue page. But I'm done with my knife for right this minute. So let's see what we want to... I want to start getting rid of this stuff because it just is sitting there. It's sitting there doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, if I were to put something in there, what would it be? Would it be... Nope, don't like that. Those are too plain. What about this one with the flowers on it? Ooh, what about the shovel? I wonder if the shovel fits. That's kind of cool looking. Nope, shovel doesn't fit. Oh, I wonder about the flowers. I don't think they're going to go over far enough. But I wonder if I could fold them. Oh, what about the basket of flowers? No. I wonder if I folded it some. That's a little bit better. What about that one? That one's got some different colors in it. That might show up better. Oh, that one shows up a little bit better. Yeah, I think that one. All right, so let's cut this off a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's cut this, or tear this anyhow. And we'll go on and put this piece in. I think that'll work. Oops, get off of there. Maybe we'll put this in the garden journal. You know, with the pumpkin and the flowers and... Yeah, because you can make these for any of your journals that you choose. Now, this is why I opened it, because it's rather trying. Now, if you don't like messing with them on the inside, just cover them up. I think the last one I made, I just covered it up because they just, that's how much these annoy me messing with them. There. So there we go. Now, I want to cover the top of this up here. And I'm just going to start covering it. Now, I think I want to use some of these. I really like these. So I think as I use them, I'm just going to use them like this. And once I get them on, I'll tear them off. So let's see here. How is that going to look like that? Yeah, that'll work, because I also want to cover the back. So I'm going to put them on and fold them over. So one of the things you need to remember is to make sure you, oh, this is really getting gooey. Make sure you get your edges, your front edge here really well, and your side edges. Okay. Now, this I just need to cut off. There. So that will come down. And I think I missed back here. I did. Okay. Now, I can't fold that because, of course, that glue's wet. Now, I want to do something here, and I want to tuck it down the inside. So maybe we'll use this piece here. Well, that looks pretty with the pink, with the flowers. So maybe we'll do that, and then we can add a butterfly up here. So when you open it up, there's a little butterfly. So I can't... let's make sure we can get it all the way over there. All right, straighten up. And it has some music paper on it. Okay, and then whatever needs to be trimmed, we can trim. Now, I want to take it down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take it all the way in as far as, you know, you're not really going to see in that far. There we go. Perfect. Now I will come back and ink after everything's finished and trim after everything's finished if need be. But let's get that cut off there. So that will be what you see when you open it. Now, to come down, those almost look like peppermint leaves, don't they? I like these. I don't like that blue against there at all. But I do like these flowers against those flowers. So let's maybe add some flowers and some more of this. No, I don't like those colors there. Let's add some of these flowers here. Now I want to fold that down around the bottom. So that little blue, so this little blue stripe isn't seen. Okay, so I want to cut this off. I want to leave just a little bit. Let's see if I can lift this piece back up. Oh, wait, I know where I can put it. I can push it on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to lift my envelope up, and I'm going to wrap this piece into the inside. Now, that's not going to work, but I don't want it over this piece. So, sorry there, little dude. You're just going to have to get glued back down. Yeah, I'll glue you back down. Settle down. Don't get your panties in a bunch. There, right over the top. Okay, and then we're going to put this piece up here. Now our little blue line is slowly disappearing. There. Oh, got a little dog ear. Let's get that dog ear trimmed. There. All right, so we still have a little piece here that we need to take care of. And we have a little piece down here, but we're getting there, aren't we? Okay, so maybe over here, back here. Nope, don't like that. Okay, where is this going to fold? Up here. think this page. Yeah, see, when I fold it, I'm going to lose all my butterflies, aren't I? Can I get a butterfly down here? Nope. All I get is this little wing. Am I going to get a butterfly? No. Can I get one up here? Why, yes, Lori, you can. Okay, we can get a butterfly up here. Okay. There we go. So now we have this little piece and this. Okay. Let's get our ruler up there out of the way. Let's see back here. Anything that just flips my switch for back there. I have an idea for that page, so we're going to save that page. Oh, that page might work. Yep, that page will work. But we need to do this one first to cover that up. Okay, so that's going to go on the back. This side. Now, let's wrap this around. That's actually bigger than what I needed, isn't it? That's all right. It's going to get covered up. Okay. Now, that blue is gone. I'm going to use another piece of it for, I think, up here to bring some of that color up here. Here they are. Okay, there. Oh, you know what? Maybe we could turn it that way. Now we've got a little stamp up there in the corner. And when we add to our intersections, we can add a stamp up there. Okay, so back here, I want to add some of this. So let's see what all will fit here. I think most of this will. So we are going to let it. Oops. Let's go across the bottom. Because it has that lovely butterfly that I want to bring up. That's the same green. I don't know if you can see it up here at the top. That's the same green as up there. And I want that up at the top there. Oh, the sun just came out here. So pretty. We've had rain for the last, well, since May we've had rain. And then it stopped last week. You know, as the rest of the country here in the rest of the Northeast was going through the heat. We were too. And then all of a sudden it started raining again. It's like, well, can't quite make up its mind, can it? Okay, so here's our opening up here, right here. Right here, so I just need to probably glue that down a little bit. It's down a little bit too far on that side. This will need to fold over to there, like that. Okay, let's get that trimmed. And I think I want round corners. Maybe I want round corners. I don't know if I do or not, actually. Maybe I do. There we go. Say maybe I do, maybe I don't. All right. Let's put a little bit of glue in here where I pulled it up. You know what? Let's use our art glitter glue since I keep pulling things up today. Oh, well, now the sun's going in. Maybe it is going to rain. Okay. Now, before I glue that side down, where is my... There it is. right there. I'm going to take advantage of that. And alrighty. Now we'll glue that down. All right, so let's put our closure on here. Oh, that turned out rather nicely. I like that. Now, for down here, normally I put something through the top and I cover it on the up here. Well, I saw Margaret the other day make the most clever closure. I mean, she's such a clever girl. And I'm always looking for ways to hide my closures. And sometimes I use magnets and hide them. Sometimes I like to use brads and hide them. And I can always count on Margaret over at Seven Plaza to come up with clever ways to hide closures. So, I was watching her the other day, and lo and behold, she came up with a clever way. So let me get this paper out of my way here, and I will show you. Good gracious, I've got paper going in 100 different directions. Hold on a second here, guys. Now, let me grab my brads. And these. Now, these are just little one inch circles that I just punched. Every time I have little tiny bits and pieces of brown cardstock left, I just punch. I just use the little bits of cardstock, and I punch with my 1 inch punch. I just punch. Even if it's got pieces of like something glued to it, I'll punch it. That way I can use it. And then I've got them, and this is just kind of what I've accumulated over the years. Okay, so I've got it sitting here. Well, oh, here they are right in front of my face. Good heavens, Lord. All right, so she used a label. Now, I don't know if I have one. I do, actually. I have one right here. Let's see. I don't know if I have one the right color. Now, that's a red one. Ooh, red's way too bright. There's a little one, a little field label. That might work. Let's see. That's a blue one. No, I don't want blue. That's a small one, but this is a bigger one, but it's... Oh, wait. Here, this one might work. That one, I think, will work. That one will work perfect right there. Come here, you. Okay. Let me get this open here. All right, so I'm going to put the label. I'm going to put my label right. I'm trying to remember how she did this. Right there. One, two, three. See, I've even punched them out of canvas, and I might use that one. on top. I might glue that on top of that one. All right, let me see if I can remember how she did these. Oh, I don't need that one. Okay. Now this might be too big. I think I might need a smaller circle. Yep, I do. There, I need a smaller one. So, okay, so let me glue. Now, I just used my 1/2 inch punch. I just took my 1 inches and I slid them in like this. Whoops. I slid them in. Oops. Just let them slide in. Come on, you guys. Oh, that's already glued together. Okay, so take one piece, slide it into your punch, get it centered. Come on, get back over here where you were. And then punch. Okay, see, that's off center, but that's all you have to do. And then you're going to take and I'm going to glue. I'm just using my art glitter glue, and I'm gluing this piece of canvas to the top of one of them. And then I'm going to glue a second one to it. Like that. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so I can put these back. Okay, oh, I don't need these. Okay, and then I need my little pokey tool. And through all of them at one time, I'm poking a hole. And lining it up with the center of the top of my top. Okay. Now, I think I made my hole big enough. Okay, maybe not. Okay, now let's try this again. Let me poke this back through here. There we go. Now, let's put it through there. Okay, now you can open your legs. Oh dear, we are about ready to get a thunderstorm, you guys. So if this video cuts off out of nowhere, I apologize. I will show you at another time how this is done if that happens. Okay, so now you've got your specimen, you've got your little thing to tie around. Okay. And your legs are behind the specimen. So when you glue this down, they're going to be hidden. Now, I'm also going to put just a smidgen of a piece of washi tape. Most likely, it's going to be one of these washi tape stickers that I'm just reaching up to grab. One that's big enough. I think this, let's see. I think this mushroom will be big enough because I don't want them sticking out. And I want them to go up and down like that, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to glue this down. And again, I am going to measure here. Right here. And the reason I'm measuring is I'm going to put a closure up here, a little, little piece of twine, and I want it to come down and wrap around this. So I want it to be straight when I do that. There we go. So there's that. See, and this is raised. Oops, I apologize for that. Let me get that out of the way. I told you she was a clever girl. If you don't watch Seven Plaza, Margaret over at Seven Plaza, you definitely need to jump on over there when we're finished and do that. Okay, so up here, I am going to put, I had planned this whole time to use that blue button, and now that I've got it on there, I don't like it. Maybe that, oh, I like that orange button better. It takes that orange that's down here and brings it up there. Okay, so we need to do something with those holes, though, because I do not like empty holes. So let's see if we have buttons that are already sewn. Hold on a second, you guys. Let me check on that. Hold on. Okay, here is my button. It is going right here. I have my string underneath it. I want it to go 1, 2, and I am about ready to get the most horrible storm in the world. 3, so I am going to wrap this up rather quickly. So let's get everything glued down. And I apologize if I go rather quick for you guys. If you have any questions about this funnel, step, please let me know. Okay, I am just putting glue here, and I made sure that I glued the back of it. Now, I'm not going to do anything else with the string. I'm just going to let it sit straight for a couple of minutes while I hold that down. And then the string is going to wrap around here. It's going to come up. Oh dear, I put too much glue on my button. I just realized that. You goofy girl. Yep, only put glue in the middle of your button, not around the whole thing. Because you want to be able to wrap around it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, that one's too big. Let's take this little one. I'm going to take this little one that I had, and I'm going to put it over the threads. Maybe. I'm going to put this one over where the knots on the threads were. This is the little 1/2-inch circle that we cut. I'm going to put it right over top of the threads to keep the threads from getting, oh my gosh, it looks like nighttime out there. To keep the threads from tearing and getting knotted. And then I'll glue this down. Okay, I need to wipe that off. Where did my paper towel go? I just had it in my hand. There it is. I don't know if you can hear that thunder, but... And then I'm just going to sit that right there and let that dry. And then only the middle of that will dry. There we go. All right. So we open this up. We have a pocket in here. And then anything we slide in will go behind our picture. This will close like this. I don't want to knock that off. It will wrap around. It'll come up, wrap around our button, and seal that way. There we go. Okay, so when this dries, I can take a picture of it for you. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. I apologize. Here at the Ladybug Journals. And welcome again to our new subscribers. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you joined us here around the craft table. It's always more fun to have lots of friends at the craft table. I'm so glad you came. And the next time you come, I'm sure we'll even have more fun things to do. So until I see you again in our next Ladybug Journal video, ta-ta for now.